Cassidy? Shouldn't you be arriving right about now? I want you to come to the bride's waiting room as soon as you make it here. There's some last-minute checks I want to make. Hey, Nancy. I'm really sorry, but I think I'm going to be pretty late for your wedding. What? What happened? Did you oversleep or something? I didn't oversleep, but I had an emergency. I was heading to the wedding venue, but then I came across a pregnant woman who was on her way to the hospital. She was having some health-related issues, and I think she fainted. There wasn't anyone else around, so I had to help. I called an ambulance, and we just arrived at the hospital. She seems to be all right now, but I think there might still be some things I have to help out with. I don't think I'll be able to make it in time, so I just wanted to contact you before I get busy again. But Cassidy, you can't be late. Today is my wedding. You have to make it here on time. You even have a job to do. You're supposed to help out with the wedding reception. You're the maid of honor. You can't miss it. I know. I'm really sorry, Nancy. Apologies don't mean a thing. How are you going to make up for this? You can't. But Nancy, you need to get over here as soon as possible. I'll never forgive you if you're late. If you're at the hospital right now, then they don't need you anymore. Dealing with sick people is the doctor's job. Get a cab or something and have them step on it. Maybe you can still make it in time. If you have time to text me, then you have time to run. I'm sorry, but I don't think I can do that. I would have already done all that if I could. The doctor said that they want me to stay here for a while. Apparently, they couldn't get in touch with the person's family. So they want me to be here, at least until the family picks up the phone. What the hell? They can't just make you stay there. And the hospital we're in is pretty far from the venue. I didn't think they'd take us so far, but I couldn't really do anything about it. Anyways, at this rate, I think I'll miss the first hour of the wedding. Just wanted to let you know. You can't do this to me! You promised you'd be here for me, Cass! You can't just bail out like this! I know, I'm super sorry about all this. I promise I'll try to make it up to you later on. But on a more positive note, you don't have to worry about the reception. I already contacted a few other people, and I was able to find someone who can fill in for me. Really? And who might that be? Aria said she wouldn't mind doing it. She has a good sense for these things anyway. What? You got Aria of all people? Seriously, I cannot believe you. Why would you do that? Really, Cassidy? Sorry. Is there some kind of problem with Aria? Of course there's a problem, stupid! Why did you have to just ruin everything like that? I don't understand. She's willing to help us out. Why are you suddenly so antagonistic? Think about it, Cassidy. What's the first thing people see at the wedding venue? That's right. The reception. First impressions are extremely important, you know. You had a pretty face, so I thought by having you at the reception desk, it would help leave a good impression for the wedding overall. But Aria? Have you seen her face? She's the ugliest girl in the entire universe. Now people are going to associate Aria's hideous face with my wedding. Ew, ew, ew. Ugh, this is so messed up. I can't believe it. Couldn't you get Lisa instead? She's not as gorgeous as you by a long shot, but at least she has a proper nose. Wait, no. Lisa's out of the picture. She just gave birth to her baby, and all of the pregnancy stuff sucked all signs of beauty out of her, huh? Then there is Megan. But her skin! It's so gruesome. It looks like she was burnt on the stake or something. It's getting even worse these recent years. She can't do it either. Ugh, this is awful! There isn't a single person who has a decent enough face to work at my reception. Nancy? I don't want to sound offensive, but aren't you being really harsh right now? Aria, Lisa, Megan, you're talking about our friends. You don't actually think about them like that, do you? Shut up, you liar! I don't want to hear anything from you. None of this would have happened if you could just make it here on time. Sorry, did you just call me a liar? Yes! You're a dirty, ugly little liar! You helped a pregnant woman? Here at the hospital? Pfft, please, I'm not that gullible. Why don't you just admit the fact that you don't want to go to my wedding because you're jealous? You made this entire absurd story about helping out some pregnant person just so you wouldn't have to explain yourself to me. What? You can't actually believe that. Oh, don't even try to play innocent with me. How convenient is it that there just happens to be a pregnant woman lying on the streets? This isn't some kind of movie, you know. If you're going to lie to my face, at least put in the effort to make it sound somewhat plausible. I'm not lying to you, Nancy. I'm telling the truth. There really was a pregnant mother who needed my help. Initially, I was on my way to your wedding. You're my best friend. I know that I couldn't miss it. And then I came across the mother. I just couldn't abandon her. Maybe if there was someone else around, I could have them take her to the hospital. But I was the only one there. I had to do something. I thought you would understand. And I thought you would understand that the only logical action you should have taken there was to abandon that dumb old lady and get to my wedding on time, just as you initially promised. It's not even a hard choice. Who cares? She's a stranger. For all I care, she should have known better than to walk around with that fat stomach all on her own. Just leave her to die. Nobody would miss her. Nancy, that isn't nice. I know you're upset, but you really need to take a deep breath and calm down. Shut up! You're the one who needs a lesson on how to be nice. It's not like that lady is even real. You don't have the right to lecture me. You're just jealous. You couldn't accept the fact that someone who isn't as pretty as you could get married before you, and now you're being desperate and finding ways to ruin it for me. That's why you came up with that half-baked lie. You just want to find a way to mess up my wedding. Ugh, so much for friendship. I despise you, Cassidy. You're such a terrible person. I hope you're happy. I'm telling you, I'm not lying to you, Nancy. I would never do that. And I'm not trying to be absent either. I'm still going to try to get there as quick as I can. I can't change the fact that I'm going to be late, but I'll still make sure that I can arrive there to give you my blessings. What blessings? I don't want any blessings from a lying wretch like you, and I don't want you at my wedding anymore. Just go home. Okay, I understand, Nancy. You won't see me at the wedding then. I'm still sorry about not being able to make it there, just so you know. And congratulations on your marriage. Whatever. It's too late to regret everything now. I don't want to see your hideous face ever again. Cassidy, is everything okay with Nancy? She just suddenly started rampaging on about how we should never talk to you again in our group chat. She also wants us to block you, which was weird. Wait, is that the group I'm in? You used to be in it, but I think she banned you. I also noticed that you didn't show up to the wedding. I thought you said you'll try to come even if you're late. Did you have an argument with her? I hope it's nothing too serious. I don't know if it's serious, but everything is definitely not okay. She got really upset at me this morning. She was enraged. This morning? Is this all about how you were late because you were helping out that pregnant mother? I don't understand what there is to be upset about. Sure, it's a bummer that you couldn't make it here on time, but I made sure that nothing went wrong. And nothing did go wrong, as far as I'm aware. Even if she was upset about you being late to the wedding, it was an emergency. Isn't she being a bit immature? Well, the thing is, Nancy thinks that I made the whole story up just so I could miss the wedding. I tried to explain to her over and over that I would never lie about something like that, but she just wouldn't believe me. She even got a bit hysterical at the end. She was convinced that I was trying to sabotage her wedding, and she said she didn't want to see me at the venue. I didn't want to make her even more upset, so I decided I'll respect her feelings and try to give her some time to herself. Oh, so that's why I didn't see you there. Yeah. Anyways, would it be too much to ask if I said that I want you to keep this to ourselves for now? I'll explain everything to all the others after things settle down a bit. I don't want to make Nancy feel even more upset than she already is. Aren't you being too nice? It's not like you did anything wrong. It's just Nancy being a drama queen. You should be more confident in yourself, Cass. The more time you take before you give an explanation, the more it looks like you feel guilty about everything. I don't know. I don't think Nancy would be too happy about that. She still seems pretty angry. The thing is, some of us who went to the wedding decided to have dinner together. Me and a few other girls are at a nearby restaurant. Nancy and her Paul aren't here, so why don't you come and join us? I'm pretty sure it would be better for you if you explained your situation to us before things get any worse.
Besides, there's something I'd like to ask you. It might be a bit of a weird question, but I'm really curious. Oh, and I just asked the others. They all really want to see you too.
Sure, but what did you want to ask me?
I'll ask you once you get to the restaurant. Don't worry too much about the details. Just come join us, all right? Give me a second, and I'll send you the address.
Cassidy? I'm still waiting. Don't you think it's about time you came and made a formal apology?
A formal apology? But didn't I already say that I was sorry for not being able to make it to the wedding?
Not this again. I can see that you're hopeless. I'm telling you that it's about time you apologized to me for lying to my face.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Duh. Don't you have any common sense? You lied to your best friend, you missed the wedding, and yet you still don't intend on facing consequences. Do you just hate me that much? Are you trying to become a terrible person?
I don't hate you, but I don't see why I need to apologize for something I didn't do.
See? There you go again. Let me teach you a little lesson, Cass. You see, when people lie to their bestie, normally they apologize. They try to make up for it.
Look, I know you're hurt, Nancy. I'm sorry for what happened. But like I said before, I'm not lying to you about anything. You have to believe me.
Ugh, shut up! Just come and apologize. It's not even that hard. Just say that you're sorry for feeling jealous about me getting married before you. And say that you'll make up for lying to me to get out of coming to the wedding. If you don't, I'll never, ever forgive you. Never.
Nancy, please calm down and listen to me for a second. This conversation is going nowhere. I really didn't lie. If you really can't trust me, then I could have the person I helped at the hospital contact you. It'll be a bit tedious, but if it'll make you feel better, they can certify that everything I said really happened.
Nice try, liar. But I'm not falling for your little tricks. How do I know that the people contacting me aren't just another page in your book of lies? Let's just get this over with. I've already went around and told everyone to ignore you until you made an apology. You don't want to be alone forever, do you? Apologize! Apologize right now!
Why is this even happening? You're really taking this whole thing way too far. Why are you so invested in getting an apology from me anyways? Why can't you just accept the fact that maybe weird coincidences could happen, no matter how convenient they sound?
You're really starting to get on my nerves again. If you don't apologize to me, I'll make sure you regret it. I'm going to be married to a CEO one day. Think of all the power and influence I'll have. Trust me, Cassidy, you don't want me as your enemy.
Married to a CEO? Since when is Paul a CEO?
Of course you wouldn't know. You never came to the wedding after all. Paul has a predetermined career path. His parents are running a business, and in the future, he's going to become the CEO of his parents' company.
Really? That's good for him.
And it's also good for me, because this means that I'm going to be rich. I can also shower all of my closest friends with gifts. Don't you want some of my wealth as well? I'll share some bits with you. All you have to do is come and make a formal apology. I'm being very generous right now. Just one apology, and I'll forgive you for all of your misdeeds. Your only other option is to decline this offer by being an awful woman, and to lose not only your millionaire bestie, but also all of your other friends. Your social life will be ruined. You'll be miserable and lonely forever.
I wouldn't be worrying about Cassidy's social life if I were you.
Huh? Why are you talking in third person?
Sorry to break it to you, but Cassidy won't be losing any friends. You'll be the lonely one after today. I mean, no one's going to actually listen to your little orders, Nancy. None of us blocked Cassidy on our social media. The only person we blocked is you. Haven't you realized that yet?
Wait a second. Who are you? You aren't Cassidy, are you?
Hello, Nancy. This is your former friend, Aria, speaking. Cassidy is sitting beside me right now. She let me use her phone, so I could give you a piece of my mind.
What the hell? Why are you with Cassidy, Aria? Didn't I tell you to cut all ties with her? She's a traitor and a liar.
You might have said that, but I don't remember ever saying I was going to. I'm sure everyone else feels the same way too. The way you're acting right now is inexcusable, Nancy. I don't care if you're rich now. This is just despicable behavior. No one's going to listen to you if you're going to continue acting like that.
Despicable? I'm not being despicable. Are you actually trying to defend Cassidy? Do you know what she did to me?
Oh, I know enough. She gave me the details. What's wrong with helping out a pregnant woman, huh? And she's not lying. I guess you have the right to be suspicious of her, but you're just making baseless accusations at this point.
Even if she wasn't lying, her friend should always put her friend's needs above some strangers. She doesn't even know that person, Arya. Why should she care what happens to them? She should care about people she knows about.
Does that mean that this wouldn't be a problem if she personally knew who the pregnant person was? What if I told you that the pregnant mother Cassidy helped out was actually my older sister?
Your sister? Come on. You can't be serious, Arya.
Too bad that you think that, because it's true. After the wedding, I noticed that I had a text from my sister which mentioned that she was at the hospital. She said that she just gave birth to her baby, and that she probably wouldn't have made it if it hadn't been for a kind young woman who offered to help her out.
No, that's too convenient.
I thought so too. But it'd be even more weird if two unrelated pregnant mothers were helped out by someone on the same day. So I checked. My sister's description of the lady who helped her out matched Cassidy, and Cassidy's description of the pregnant mother matched my sister.
How does that even happen? I don't believe any of this.
It's true, all right. And now you know. Deny it all you want. But if you still want to call Cassidy a liar after all this, then I think we know who the real liar is. Cassidy saved my sister and her baby's life. We owe her, and you shouldn't be treating her the way you are.
You think this is a gotcha moment, don't you? Well, too bad. Now that I know the truth, I know that you and your sister are to blame for Cassidy not being able to come to the wedding. I'll cut ties with you. I'll never talk to you ever again.
And that's supposed to worry me because...
I feel so sorry for you, Arya. You don't understand what you're about to lose, do you? I'm going to become so rich, so influential. But you don't get to enjoy my glam beside me just because your dumb sister caused me trouble. You and Cassidy can kiss goodbye to your happy future with me. And don't even try to suck up to me by apologizing. You had your chance and you blew it.
Yeah, we don't care. Besides, you think you're rich? Have you met my sister? She's the one living the real dream. The company Paul works at, it's a subcontractor for my brother-in-law's company.
Brother-in-law?
Yes. In other words, my sister's husband. My sister's husband is the CEO of GCC.
GCC? You mean Green's Construction Corporation? But that's one of Paul's company's largest business partners.
I know, that's what I've been saying. Remember how you bragged about Paul's job at your wedding? That's when I found out. It was kind of awkward, but I figured I won't mention GCC since I didn't want to ruin your mood.
This is unbelievable.
What's unbelievable is that you said that you should just leave the CEO's wife to die.
I didn't mean it like that. It's not like I actually wanted them to die. It was just an exaggeration. We all say things that we really don't mean, right?
I don't want to listen to your excuses. I'll make sure to tell my sister and her husband about all the things you said.
No, please don't. Please don't say anything to them. Please. Let's just keep these conversations to ourselves, okay?
Oh, how the tables have turned. I hope you understand now. You're not the one who has the say here. If anyone should be giving an apology, it's you. Goodbye, Nancy. You're no longer a friend to us. We hope we never have to see you again.
Hey, Cassidy! I've been thinking things out for a while. I know I was acting a bit immature. I think we both had our faults back then, and it's time to forgive each other. So, what do you say? Friends?
What's all this about all of a sudden?
Just forgive me, okay? And it'll be over. I forgive you. You forgive me. Now, I have to go apologize to Arya. You're coming with me.
Wait, you're losing me. Why?
No time to explain. Let's just get to Arya's place. And you're my friend again now, so make sure to help me out with burying the hatchet. I'm worried that at this rate, things are going to start affecting Paul's business. So we have to apologize to Arya before things get worse. After everything is over, It'll be like none of this ever happened.
Oh, I see what this is about. Nancy, has it ever occurred to you that maybe I don't want to be your friend anymore? I don't want to have anything to do with you. Not after what happened the other day.
What the hell? I'm offering to become your friend again, Cassidy. I'm offering you my friendship. Do you even know what you're declining?
But I don't want your friendship. We'll never be friends again, Nancy. I'm sorry, but it's not happening.
Don't say that, Cass. We've always been friends. We were friends since we were still in middle school.
No, we're not friends. And I think we never were. Do you remember the conversation we were having the other day? It made me think that all you cared about was my appearance.
So, what's wrong about that?
When you accused me of lying, it was sad, but I could still give you the benefit of the doubt. I thought that you were just upset because the wedding just meant that much to you. But then you mentioned that the only reason why you wanted me to do the wedding reception was because you thought I had the pretty face. That reason alone, and nothing else. I thought that maybe you trusted me, or that we got along. But nope. You just thought I looked better than the others. I thought we were friends. But I was wrong, wasn't I?
No, that's not true. We were friends. We always were.
If we were friends, why did you talk behind my back? You told everyone that I had a pretty face, but just that. You said that I was dumb, and that I would have been much more useful as a cardboard cutout than as a human being.
How do you know that? Who told you that?
After your wedding, I met up with the other girls. They told me a lot. You make fun of me behind my back, don't you?
I do not.
Then were the others just lying to me? All of them? They told me that you said you befriended me because I had a pretty face, but you didn't really like me as a person. You always thought that I was annoying and stupid, and that I should be thanking you for even letting me into your social group. You also said that you don't want an unthankful lying wretch that would sabotage your wedding as your friend anymore.
This is really just all a huge misunderstanding.
Really? Because I'm inclined to believe all of my other friends. All these years together. And that was what you've always thought of me, wasn't it? I was really shocked when I first heard about all this. Sad, too.
I was just feeling a bit emotional that day. I was upset. You know how when we're angry, we say hurtful things that we don't actually mean? That was it. I don't actually believe any of the things I said that day.
Then what about the messages you sent to me? I hope those didn't reflect your personal beliefs either, because I've shown them to all the other girls after they told me about what you said about me. They weren't happy, to say the least.
What? Hello? Breach of privacy? What do you think you're doing?
They had a right to know. We all thought you were our friend, Nancy, but you were just lying to us. You looked down on us.
I wasn't lying, Cassidy. I swear. I was just really upset. After you texted me that you wouldn't be able to do the reception, I panicked. I didn't know what I'd do. I overreacted. I said mean things, but I don't actually think that way of you guys. You've got to believe me.
I don't know. Maybe the others might believe you. You should go and explain yourself to them. Actually, I guess that was easier said than done. They've all blocked you, haven't they?
Cassidy, I'm really sorry. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I'll apologize as many times as you want. Do you want me to bake you some cookies? Should I buy you a gift? What do I have to do? I'll do anything. Just please forgive me. I just want things to go back to the way they used to be. Please help me apologize to the others.
It's too late for that, Nancy. I don't want your apology. I don't want to be your friend anymore. If you want the others to be your friend again, you can ask them yourself. I doubt they'll accept your apology, but it's their choice. Maybe they're more forgiving than me.
You can't just leave me like this, Cassidy.
Yes, I can. Goodbye, Nancy. I'm going to block you now, so you don't have to worry about me anymore. You might not have friends anymore, but hey, on the bright side, you still have Paul and all of his money. Right after I sent Nancy that last message, I made sure to block her on all of my social media. According to Aria, it seems like Nancy didn't quite learn her lesson yet. She's been boasting about her luxurious life on her social media accounts. Then one day, on a special business trip, Nancy and Aria's sister met each other face to face. Before Nancy had a chance to speak, Aria's sister introduced herself to Nancy as that pregnant lady that should have been left to die. She said that Nancy's husband was a respectable gentleman and that it would be a bummer if something unfortunate happened and they could no longer do business. All Nancy could do was cower in fear. After that, she deleted all of her social media accounts and was never seen online ever again. Aria's sister never told her husband about what Nancy did, just because she felt that it would be unfair to Paul if that affected their business relationship. But since Nancy doesn't know that, she became paranoid and feared the day the beans may be spilled. That may be why she deleted her accounts. It was safe to say that Nancy finally learned her lesson. She now works humbly besides her husband as a stay-at-home mom and prefers not to communicate with people other than her family. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave any thoughts in the comment section, and I hope we get to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching! Hi there! Long time no hear. It's your best friend, Emma. How have you been? Emma? What's this best friend rubbish? We haven't spoken in years. You stole my boyfriend. I have nothing to say to you. Why are you messaging me? Just to reopen old wounds? Still have something to brag about? You aren't still mad about what happened, are you? I saw how happy you are now, and I couldn't resist giving you a little message. After all these years, what do you want, Emma? I found your Instagram page. When I saw that you'd found a nice guy and settled down, it made me smile. After what we went through. When I took your boyfriend, you were so angry. Didn't you swear you'd be single forever? I remember you screaming you'd never trust anyone again. So it's good to see you've put all that behind you. We've all moved on. What is this all of a sudden? What do you want? That's what I want to ask. Your best friend and boyfriend betrayed you and left you a total wreck, but here you are now living a happy, normal life. To be honest, it just made me see red. You have no business being happy after what I did to you. Seriously? What the hell do you want? You put me through hell and make my life miserable, and now you just contact me out of the blue? Tell me what you want or I'll block you right now. I should have already done it ages ago. I've gone and taken your husband this time. You did what? Ah, are you panicking? That's brilliant. I love it. That husband you look so happy with. I've taken him too. You took my husband? What do you mean? You've kidnapped him? I've kidnapped his heart. Surprised? But you did swear you'd never trust men again, right? Swore you'd be single forever, right? What's the saying? A woman never breaks a promise? That's not a saying. Well, you're going to be true to your declaration of single life. A woman never breaks her promise. How does it feel? That's definitely not a saying. Whatever. I've taken him, so could you please divorce him as soon as possible? This isn't like before. It's not my boyfriend this time. We're talking about my husband. Yeah, I've really upped the stakes, haven't I? Upped the stakes? Yeah. If I was just taking him, it would be pretty much the same as last time. That would be boring. No. This time, I haven't just stolen your husband. I'm carrying his child, too. What? Are you serious? Is this just part of some twisted joke to get me to lose my mind again? I wouldn't joke about something like this. I really am knocked up with his baby. Okay, so hurry up and get divorced before his baby is born. The problem is, and this is probably a mere speed bump for you, I don't have a husband. You what? I really do wonder where you are coming from with all this. I don't have a husband, so how could you be having his baby? If you really aren't joking, this is a serious situation you've gotten yourself into. What the hell? No, it's my turn to ask. What are you talking about? Are you trying to turn this back on me? Your wedding photos are all over social media for the world to see. You can't even try and deny it. The evidence is all there on Instagram. Damn, Nadia, you're a terrible liar. I'm not lying. And also, I've never shared photos of any men on my accounts. Just come clean and tell me what it is you want. It's pretty scary when you start making claims about my private life that even I have no recollection of. Well, I admit that was a better attempt at a convincing lie, but you can't fool me that easily. I did my research, and I know way more about your wedding and your husband than you may think. You don't need to try and lie your way out of it. Just hurry up and file for divorce. Let's not make this uglier than it needs to be. I still don't understand what you're talking about. It's not that difficult to understand, is it? I'm pregnant with your husband's baby. Therefore, I'm going to need you to get divorced as quickly as possible. And anyway, being single and alone suits you. Nadia, hey, let me know when you see this message, okay? I'm really sorry, but I need you to stay behind for a few hours tonight. Is that going to be a problem? I need you to sort out the files on my desk. Oh, today too? Yeah, really sorry. My wife just called to tell me to be home at a reasonable hour tonight. I've got to leave the office bang on 5 p.m. But don't you always go home on time? It feels like you always hand your work off to me at the end of the day. But anyway, I'm really sorry, but I need to get home on time today too. Aw, come on, Nadia. I wouldn't ask unless it was essential. And anyway, why can't you put in a few extra hours tonight? You usually don't have anything to rush off to. If you had a family to go home to, I wouldn't ask. But what does my private life have to do with it? Just because I don't have a husband and kids at home doesn't mean I can do overtime whenever you need it. It has everything to do with it. Maybe a single girl like you hasn't realized it yet, but the freedom to do as much overtime as you like is a wonderful thing. Once you get tied down like me, you have to juggle work with family time. It's a total nightmare, I'm telling you. I've done 50 days of overtime in a row. I'm sick of it. And it's all the work you didn't finish in time. Today, I'm leaving on the dot of 5 p.m. Hang on a minute, Nadia. Are you going to refuse me even when I'm asking nicely? You haven't forgotten who the boss is here, have you? No. Why? It may sound as if I'm just asking nicely, but when a superior asks you to do something, you do it. So if I have to spell it out, I will. Today you'll stay here and finish this work for me. I'm not going to argue about it. So no more of that talking back to your boss. When my wife and family are happy, I'm able to focus all the more harder on my job. So by proxy, you doing overtime for me isn't just helping me, it's helping the company. While you're employed here, you don't just pass the time to get paid at the end of the month. You need to work hard to earn your salary. Right, okay. So let me just check something with you. You're leaving at 5 to go straight home to your family. Is that correct? That's what I said, wasn't it? What are you insinuating? So you need an expensive wristwatch to go home to your family? What? Yeah, I saw you change watches just now at your desk. And you looked like you were itching to get out the door on time. Okay, Sherlock, well spotted. Does a girl like you know what something like this is worth? It's one of only 100 ever made. Not quite one of a kind, but pretty close. I think it's perfect for going home to my family. Getting back to the subject, thanks for the overtime. Bye. Hey, Nadia. Have you got around to filing for divorce yet? It's been a few days. All done? Neither of us can wait. Hurry up already. How many times do I have to tell you? I don't have a husband. Never have, probably never will. It doesn't matter if you ask me 1,000 times. There's nothing I can do. Here we go again. This is getting very old, Nadia. I'm sick of hearing you try and talk your way out of it. I know you're married. Hurry up and do what I say. I don't have time to go along with this rubbish of yours. How can you deny it? I've seen it all on your Instagram account. You've married some executive from your office, right? There's no point denying it. I know the whole story. Someone from work? Gross. You've got to be kidding. Yes, you're a boss. You really should be more careful with what you post to your account. There's a photo of your husband's watch. It's only partly in the shot, but you can clearly make it out. It's an expensive limited edition. His watch? Oh yeah. Yes, that's right. Finally, the dots connect. So you admit it, at long last. I saw right through you and your secret husband. Right, now that it's finally out in the open, you can go ahead and divorce him, right? Emma, I feel really sorry for you. Pregnant and so terribly mistaken about the whole thing. What do you mean? The guy you thought was my husband? He's just my boss. So if you really want him to get divorced, you'd better take it up with his actual wife. Wait a second. Stop messing around. Even though you know I'm pregnant, you're still trying to lie your way out of it? For the last time, I'm not married. Never have been. Do you want me to go down to the county clerk's office and get a single status certificate? Will that shut you up? It doesn't get any more official than that. You know what? I think I'll go and do that right now. Whoa, wait. You mean to say you are telling the truth? But he always wears the same watch as the one in the photo. That was all you needed to decide to try and take him? You've really messed up big time, but I have to admire your guts. The watch in that photo actually belongs to my little brother. He got a promotion at his company and bought himself an expensive watch to celebrate. He left it at my house a while back. He came over to show off and then just forgot all about it. How could someone leave behind such a valuable watch? Dunno. That's my brother. He'll work hard for something, but soon lose interest in it. His house is full of things he's bought that never used more than 3 or 4 times. My boss has the same limited edition model as my brother. I guess they both like shiny things. So he's really not your husband? No, not at all. He's my boss, but I can't stand him as a person. He doesn't command an ounce of respect. I wouldn't dream of marrying someone like that. No way. And here I was thinking I'd gotten you again. So tell me, I'd really like to know, why are you so obsessed with me? First you take my boyfriend, then try and take my imaginary husband? What's up with you, Emma? Did I do something to make you have such a grudge against me? I don't remember anything. I just remember you trying to ruin my life when you took my boyfriend. What? Because you're so annoying. What other reason do I need? We were best friends. I never left your side. In class, after school, I was always there for you. But seeing you with so many friends made me jealous at first, then angry. I only had one friend. You. Really? I didn't know that. I hated you more and more, so I decided to take you down. Let you taste loneliness for once. I'll never forget how satisfying it was taking your boyfriend. It was the greatest feeling. But I've messed it all up. I've been dating some old dude who isn't even your husband. Oh, I didn't realize that was how you saw it. Well, I'm not apologizing, I'm telling you now. It's entirely your fault. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not asking for anything from you. But the mental state of both of us, how about we just make this the end, huh? Both of us just forget about each other. Please don't ever contact me again. I should be the one saying that. Oh, I've wasted so much time because of you. Hey, Nadia. I'm holed up in the meeting room all day today, so if my wife calls, under no circumstances put the call through to me, okay? Just say I'm off visiting customers or something. She already called a little while ago. I knew you didn't want to talk to her, so I told her you weren't able to come to the phone. Ooh, thanks. She left a message, though. Shall I read it? Yes, please do. To the filthy, cheating rat. I've smashed your watch into hundreds of little pieces. What? She didn't say that, did she? That watch cost $20,000. That monster. She also asked about any upcoming business trips you might have. I couldn't really answer off the top of my head. So I'm about to send her a scan of your travel itinerary, along with a full year of your business schedule. Wait, don't do that. Please don't send that. No, I don't mind. All part of my job here, working to help make your job and family life easier. The more work I do, the harder you can work. My directly helping you is helping the company too. Besides, compared to the overtime you always forced me to do, it's a walk in the park. Hey, seriously, knock it off. Don't send anything to my wife. Got it? Oh, and I almost forgot. There was one more message for you. Oh, great. What else did she have to say? Oh, it wasn't from your wife. It was from one of the execs upstairs. And? Well, don't waste time. Spit it out. What does it say? I'll read it as it's written. You are to be let go at the end of the week. Pack your things immediately and remain at home until the termination of your employment. What? Are you joking? Is this some joke because of the overtime? Yeah, he seemed furious. Kinda scary when he gets in a mood like that. I wouldn't want to get on his bad side. But you can't blame him. You married his daughter, so it's to be expected. Actually, come to think of it, I wouldn't want to be you. I'm finished. I'm done for. Oh, how did they find out? Anyway, boss, I'm going to get back to work. This really sucks. I rushed down to the clinic and they told me I can't terminate the pregnancy. Because of you, I'm going to be forced to have this baby with that weirdo. What am I going to do? Don't call him a weirdo. He's the father of your baby. It doesn't matter who the hell he is. Can't you see I'm absolutely screwed? I thought he was your husband, so I'd planned out your divorce, my wedding, and this baby. But I don't need the baby of some loser I don't even know. Hey, it's not the baby's fault, is it? You shouldn't talk like that. I think old Rick is going to have to divorce his wife. You should go ahead and marry him. You'll need some help raising that baby, so it may as well be the biological father, right? What? Why do I have to marry your crusty old boss? Wait just a damn minute. If I marry him, then I'll be your boss's wife. That's true, I suppose, yeah. And if I'm the boss's wife, then you have to show respect to me, right? I'm not sure that's how it works, but maybe? Shut up. Yeah, I can see it now. That's enough for me. Everything is fine as it is. I'll marry him after all. You can just decide such a thing like that? Are you sure, Emma? Of course. It's a great chance to get one rung higher than you. Once I'm his wife, you'll have to bow your head to me and treat me with respect. Well, I should probably tell you, he's only my boss until the end of the week, though. What? Why only until the end of the week? Yeah, he just got fired. He just found out a couple of hours ago. His wife is the daughter of one of the executives. Really? Yeah, so his father-in-law, he totally hit the roof when he found out about you. He did a full investigation into Rick before firing him. All the overtime he forced on me, it all came out, and he fired him this morning. What? Yeah, so as of next week, he's going to be looking for a new job. Might be tough going, cause he's not exactly going to get a glowing letter of recommendation from here, is he? Anyway, I hope you two are very happy together. I'm sure you guys will make a lovely home for the new baby. Hang on, Nadia. Are you serious about him being fired? Please tell me you're joking. I wouldn't joke about something like this. He looked a bit stunned for a while there, but he seems to have accepted it now. He packed up his desk and went home. I guess they are deciding how to make firing him as painless as possible. This just gets worse and worse. It's not all bad news. If you get married right now, you can still lord being my boss's wife over me for 1 week. But then he's been told to stay at home until next week. He might be too busy to marry you right now. I imagine he's at home right this minute discussing divorce with his wife. But I'm having his child. I can't expect him to support us if he doesn't have a job. You probably haven't had time to think about it yet, but do you realize how bad things can get when you try and take someone's husband? She can take you to court for emotional damage. It's not going to be pretty. She'll try and squeeze you both for child support and living expenses. At the very least, he'll be liable for support and have to give her half their possessions. Of course, someone smart like you knew all this before you made your move on him, right? Regardless of how it has turned out. You must have known the risks when you planned to take my husband. No, I didn't think that far ahead. I was just trying to mess with you and take you down a peg. After how I suffered at high school, I just wanted you to feel miserable. I certainly didn't plan to pay you a cent. We were best friends. I didn't think you'd try to take me to court. You didn't try anything like that when I took your boyfriend all those years ago. Even if you had the same plan, taking someone's boyfriend isn't the same as taking a married man. And it wasn't even my husband. You've gone and involved a total stranger. You better prepare for a rough ride. Plus, they have the money for the best lawyers. It looks like it's the wife's turn to screw you now. I've heard that his wife is an absolute princess. A real daddy's girl, used to getting whatever she wants. I imagine she is going to come after you with a vengeance. Oh my god. What can I do? I can't afford anything. And if he has to give half of everything he owns, then he probably won't have anything either. We'll be destitute. Well, you can't escape it. You reap what you sow, Emma. I've already given his wife your contact details and your parents' phone number and address. You did what? How could you? What? I'm just happy there won't be any more unreasonable overtime heaped on me by my lazy boss. And his wife said I could expect a promotion and a bonus. What started as your plot to take me down has worked out nicely. Everything is moving in the right direction. Everything has gone to hell for me. I can't believe you would sell out your best friend. Judas. Since when do best friends try and steal husbands and make their friend's life a living hell? You've just gone and caused a lot of trouble for everyone, including a family you didn't even know. Okay, so Emma, you've got a lot on your plate. Good luck. You're going to need it. Goodbye! After that, Emma was taken for every last penny. I didn't hear how the lawyers did it, but she had to fork over all her meager savings. As for Rick, he lost half of everything he and his wife had, and he's paying alimony. He doesn't have a penny to his name either. His ex-wife took pity on him and allowed a smaller alimony if he was going to go through with marrying Emma. And they actually did get married. Of course, it isn't going well. Emma flies into a rage every day. I guess it isn't what she imagined when she hatched her plan to humiliate me. Poor old Rick is often sporting a black eye and bruises. He gets beaten to a pulp every time he tries to calm her down. There isn't much hope of getting a new job like that. I've heard he's still unemployed. And me? I've been given Rick's old position, complete with a pay rise. And I get to go home on time every day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. Bye!
Hey, Ruth. Thanks for making time to talk to me today. I was pretty convinced that you wouldn't come, so I'm really happy you showed up.
Of course I came. Why would I skip on the chance for the two people who ruined my life? I couldn't wait to hear what sort of excuses you and Jake would come up with.
You don't have to be so passive-aggressive about it. We had our reasons.
Oh, come on, Gabby. You know what you did. You stole my boyfriend from me, despite the fact that I took such good care of you at the office since the moment you joined our team. What you did is the literal definition of backstabbing.
I didn't steal him, Ruth. It didn't happen like that. I happened to fall for someone. And that someone happened to be your boyfriend. It wasn't intentional.
And so? You think that absolves you of responsibility? You think I should accept what happened because you two are meant to be? What kind of nonsense is that? I heard enough of that earlier today. Don't start with me again.
Ruth, come on. Why do you have to be like this?
And you two haven't apologized. Not even once. I had to sit down and listen to you talk about how in love you are for hours. I deserve a medal for enduring Dumb and Dumber for God knows how long.
Who are you calling Dumb and Dumber?
Who else? I'm talking about you and Jake and your delusional romance. How stupid can you two be?
Ruth, I get that you're upset, but you don't have to be so mean. You're being so vile. You don't have to insult me just because you're upset. But I get it. This is punishment for stealing the person you love.
Sorry to interrupt your little heroine moment, but you can repent for what you did with money. I don't need your philosophizing. I canceled the wedding venue that Jake and I reserved a few months ago, so you two better pay the cancellation fee.
Wait, you already canceled the wedding venue?
Of course I did! Jake decided to choose you over me. There's no use for a wedding at this point.
Why did you cancel the booking without asking us? Jake and I were going to have our wedding there.
You two are going to do what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, you two already booked the spot. We might as well use it for our wedding. It would be a waste to just cancel the booking.
So you and Jake are planning to have your wedding at the venue that Jake and I were supposed to use?
Yep. I mean, I don't really care where I have the wedding. So I thought we might as well do it there and get it over with.
And what did Jake say? He was supposed to marry me there. He doesn't feel some type of way about using it for you two?
He's fine with it. If anything, he thinks it's a great idea. He said he can't wait to marry me and wants the whole world to see me in a wedding dress.
Wow. Just wow. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised given how deranged the two of you are.
You are a size 10, right? I'm a size 8, so I'll definitely fit into your wedding dress. I can just use your wedding dress on that day, too.
Just to check, you're actually fine with all of this? From the dress to the food to the venue, you're fine with what I chose for my wedding?
Of course I'm fine with that. I know you have good taste from working with you.
Okay, if you say so, then do whatever you want to do. But if you really want to marry Jake, you two have to do your part first. I'm sure Jake mentioned this, but I'm going to be suing you for emotional damages, so you're going to have to pay up.
I know. We'll do our part. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to be resigning next week so that I can prepare for the wedding and focus on building a family with Jake. So, thank you for everything the last few years.
Oh, you're resigning? I didn't know about that.
I have to undo the cancellation request you made on the wedding venue, so I'm gonna go. See you!
Ruth, what the hell is going on? My manager called me into the office just now. What? Why? You called off your wedding, right? That's what you told me a few weeks ago? Yeah, like I said, my fiancé was cheating on me with a girl from my office. So I called it off. But then we got a call saying to undo the cancellation request, and that there's going to be a wedding on that day as planned, or something along those lines. My manager was super confused and asked me what's going on because he knew I was friends with you. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I should have explained it to you beforehand. So, Jake and that girl want to use the venue for their own wedding. Can you believe it? That skank stole my fiancé and my wedding venue. No way. Are you serious? So basically, Jake wants to swap the bride and just use the same venue? I know, it's ridiculous. And I am so sorry. I was really excited to have my wedding where you work. We always talked about this since we were in middle school. I really feel bad for doing this to you. Wait, I don't get it. To put it very simply, she stole my fiancé and my wedding. She took it all. I was going to ask them to pay the cancellation fee, but she said it would be a waste of money, so they want to use the venue for their own wedding. The stupidity is beyond me. Oh my god. I'm shook. They're both very bold, I guess. They're not bold, Lisa. They're just really dumb. And so I'm sorry you have to work with those two. This wasn't how it was supposed to go. Ruth, no way. I am not doing this. Nope. I wanted to work on your wedding, not Jake and his side chick's wedding. I didn't sign up for this. I know, but it's your job, right? You don't really have a choice, do you? I get that it's my job, but I'm not comfortable with this. You're my best friend. I love you to bits, and I can't just stand by and act like nothing happened while Jake and whatever her name is get hitched right in front of me. And plus, changing the bride right now is unheard of. It's basically impossible to change the setup of the venue. From the decorations to the flowers to the gifts for the guests, all of that's already been ordered. Oh, that's fine. Those two said they don't care. They want to keep it the way it is. Wait, really? They want to keep everything? The decorations? Yep. The food? Yeah, that too. And even the wedding dress? Oh yeah, that too. I asked her a few times, but she wants to use whatever's there. Are you sure? Or I guess, is she sure? Now I'm getting worried. Do they really not want to change anything? Don't ask me. That's what Jake and his girl said. I don't care at this point. It's easy to say, but do they really know what they're signing up for? I don't really care what happens to them either, but does she know what the wedding program looks like? I highly doubt it. If she did, I don't think she would have said she's fine with keeping the wedding plan as it is. Well, as the venue, we don't really care because that's less work for us to do. You know what? I'll hit you up when I'm done with work. Let's go out for a drink and figure this out. Oh, yes, please. I need a drink. I'll text you when I'm done. Love you, Lisa.
Good morning, Ruth! It's such a beautiful day out today. It's a perfect day for Jake and I to get married.
All right. Was today the wedding day?
You don't have to play dumb. You know today is the day. You and Jake were supposed to get married today. How could you forget?
It was our wedding day. Past tense. Why would I bother to remember the date if it has nothing to do with me now? I completely forgot about it.
Oh, come on, Ruth. You don't have to pretend you don't care. But if you say you don't remember, then you don't remember. Let's just keep it that way for your sake.
But yeah, it's a super nice day. It feels weird for me to say this, but hope you enjoyed the wedding.
I will. The dress fit perfectly, and I took a peek at the wedding venue and it looks beautiful. I love the flowers and the decorations and everything.
Good for you.
I'm starting to feel bad, though. This was supposed to be your wedding.
If you didn't take Jake from me, I would have been the one in your shoes. But guess that's not happening anymore.
I guess my turn came around first. I'm going to go enjoy the wedding that was supposed to be for you.
Good. I hope you enjoy it.
How are you being so chill right now? I took your fiancé and your wedding.
You'll see why I'm so chill soon. Anyway, I hope you have a great time. I'm excited for you and Jake.
Ruth, what is this wedding? What did you do?
Is everything okay?
Stop acting like you don't know what I'm talking about. I took the wedding without changing anything, so you know exactly what I'm talking about.
That's right. I know the menu, the gifts, and the wedding program to a T. I planned it after all. But I don't know why you're so upset.
Stop bluffing! This wedding is so boring and drab. How could you not know why I'm upset?
Oh no, you were excited for the wedding. I guess you didn't like how it turned out? It wasn't to your liking?
How could I enjoy any of this? I thought there was going to be a whole ceremony, but the program went straight to the reception.
Oh, that's nice. Must have helped relax the mood and make it easier for people to socialize.
How is any of this nice? The reception started 5 minutes into the wedding? And you know what happened during the reception?
Oh yeah, I know. Jake's side of the family had some things planned, right?
Jake's aunt started some weird interpretive dance. How on earth are we supposed to enjoy that?
Come on, just enjoy the creativity of it all. I'm sure it was beautiful.
And what about that awful violin performance? Another one of Jake's relatives started to perform the worst violin performance I have ever witnessed in my life. That guy barely knew how to play a chord. Why was that in the program?
It's heartwarming to see someone working hard, no?
And the singing and dancing by Jake's nephews and nieces? And the karaoke competition? And the freaking art exhibition or whatever the hell that was? What kind of wedding is this? This isn't a wedding, it's a freaking school recital!
Isn't the program amazing? I'm surprised Jake's family didn't change a thing, even though the bride changed and all that.
I can't believe you made me go through all of that! The wedding was supposed to end in 3 hours! But no one followed the schedule and kept going over their allotted time, so the wedding kept on going for an extra 2 hours!
Oh no. 2 additional hours? That's a long wedding.
And because of that, the wedding venue said we have to pay for the overtime! It's a freaking disaster! Can you please explain what's going on?
But isn't this what you wanted? You said you don't have any particular preferences and that you're fine with using the venue and the program as it is. You're the one that chose this.
I did say that, but how could I have known that the wedding was going to be like this? And I can't believe you would have wanted a wedding like this for yourself!
Oh no, don't get me wrong, Gabby. I didn't want that program either. I resisted till the very end.
Wait, you did?
Yeah, but Jake's family didn't listen. They were hell-bent on doing this ridiculous family performance thing. And Jake didn't want to let his relatives down. He said we should appreciate their efforts or something along those lines. But he wouldn't budge either.
Are you serious?
So I'm glad you swapped places with me. Honestly, such a relief because I was starting to get very annoyed with Jake.
You're relieved?
When he cheated on me with you, I was super upset about it. But when I really thought about it, this was a good thing. I'm glad he chose you over me. I wouldn't have wanted to marry a man who doesn't care about what I want for my wedding, or marry into a family that's so stubborn. So even though the whole cheating thing wasn't ideal, I'm glad things are over between Jake and I.
Oh God, no! This isn't how it was meant to be!
So I'm wishing you all the best with Jake and his family, okay? I mean, they came to your wedding even though you two were having an affair. They're probably not bad people.
No! I can't do that! They're awful! Do you know what they did? After performing for hours on end as if the wedding was their concert, they didn't give us any wedding gifts because they said their performances were the gifts. Who does that?
Oh, really? That's unfortunate. Every single person who performed at the banquet did that?
Yeah, and I asked Jake to convince them to give us something, at least as a token. But he said he doesn't feel comfortable asking people who took time out of their day to celebrate to give us things.
Yeah, I figured he would say something like that. I'm not totally sure he's wrong in this case either, but either way, what can you do? This is your soulmate, right? You'll have to accept him the way he is.
No! Ruth! Why didn't you tell me he was like this? You could have warned me!
Once again, congratulations on your marriage. I'm so happy for you two. I hope you live a long and happy life together. Oh my God, I am finally done with work. God, that was the most exhausting wedding I have ever had to handle. I never want to do that again. Ugh, welcome back to the land of the living. So, tell me everything. What was the ceremony like from your point of view? Girl, you have no idea. It was 10 times worse than I had imagined. Literally Dante's Inferno. The wedding itself was awful, but the post-wedding fiasco was equally bad. Oh my God, I can only imagine. I got a super angry text from her while she was at the wedding. She was furious. I heard Jake's family's performances during the reception were pretty bad. Honestly, it's not that uncommon for receptions to end up being an excuse for eager relatives to perform, so we weren't that surprised on our side. But if you don't expect it, it can be pretty shocking. Oh, really? I didn't know that was so common. It was more so the post-wedding stuff that was more messy. The bride was so pissed off and was literally screaming at the top of her lungs. Even though she said she wants to keep the ceremony the way it is, she felt like she was duped into things. Which is honestly her fault because she said it's fine. Oh, was she mad about the overtime fee or something? Oh yeah, that was part of it too, but she was really mad about the gifts for the guests. Oh really? But what was there to be mad about? So, you know how you chose those gifts? You chose like the little chocolate cakes?
Oh yes, I remember. It's from that really popular pastry shop.
I really wanted to try it myself, so I decided to include it in the wedding. Apparently, the bride's mom hates chocolate, so she was so angry that we passed that around. She thought we were doing it on purpose to piss her off, but she dug this grave herself. She should have checked before agreeing to everything. At this point, I'm just amazed by how naive she is. Oh, and Jake's family was obviously very quirky, but the bride's family was also equally bizarre. They all brought Tupperwares with them to pack the leftover food home. We're obviously not going to say no because they paid for the food, but I have never seen a wedding where every single relative brought their own Tupperware with them. Jeez, that's a mess, but also great gossip at the same time. Anyway, today was the worst day I have experienced at this wedding venue. I've been doing this bridal stuff for a long time now, but I have never experienced anything like this. It was legendary. Well, you're all done now. Hopefully you get some time to rest. Gotta recover from the damage. Let's go out to commemorate the end of a chaotic era. Can we go now? I'm going to leave work ASAP, so let's meet near the subway station.
I'm done. You can have Jake back. I don't want him anymore.
What is it now? What's going on?
You can marry Jake. Oh, and if you want, you can even resign too. That way I can come back to work and take over your position. I don't want this life anymore. This isn't what I thought it would be like.
Hold on. Just relax. What are you talking about all of a sudden? It's only been a week or so since you two got married.
Jake's parents are crazy. I can't deal with them anymore. I told them the wedding went overtime because of Jake's relatives, so I'd like for their side of the family to pay for the overtime fees. But they said they're not going to drop a single penny because they welcomed our affair and that we don't have the right to ask them for any money.
Oh, that's a little hard-headed of them, but also kind of understandable.
What part of that is understandable? and they got so pissed off all of a sudden, saying I'm being ungrateful and need to learn some manners, and that they want me to move into their house so that they can teach me how to be a good wife.
Yikes. I didn't know they were that extreme.
I obviously do not want to live with them, so I asked Jake for help. But he just takes his parents' side and won't listen to me one bit. He's useless.
I don't like where this is going for you.
And you know what happened? Jake moved our stuff into his parents' house yesterday. He's forcing me to live with his parents, and I didn't even agree to it. I had no say in this. I don't want a life like this. This isn't what I asked for. So, I'm going to leave Jake. Come back and take my place.
No thanks, Gabby. That sucks, and I don't want anything to do with the drama.
Then what do you expect me to do? I can't live with Jake's family. They're literal psychos.
Dude, you can't say that. You can't call someone a psycho. Plus, your family is as bad as Jake's family.
What is that supposed to mean?
I'm saying your family is as bad as Jake's, so you have no right to call his family a bunch of psychos. You're not in the place to complain, so just suck it up and deal with it.
My family is nothing like Jake's family. I don't know where you got that idea from, but they're all super sweet and lovely people.
I heard they all brought a bunch of Tupperwares and took food home from the wedding. I've never heard of that before.
And what's so wrong about that? There's nothing wrong with taking a few bites home. It's not against the law.
Oh, but it wasn't just the food, was it? They took the forks and knives and plates and toilet paper home too, no? They basically raided the whole wedding venue.
How do you know about that?
Oh, I guess I didn't tell you that my best friend works at the wedding venue. So she told me everything that happened. I think she's going to invoice you on the damages caused to the wedding venue.
Oh God, another invoice? Where am I supposed to get all that money?
I don't care if you and Jake get a divorce or not, but can you two stop messing with other people's lives? Anyway, this has nothing to do with me anymore, so can you stop texting me? I don't have the time or energy to deal with you two idiots. Thanks to Lisa's hard work, the wedding venue submitted an official damages report to the police, and the police are now investigating Gabby's family on possible accounts of robbery. Hearing this, Jake and his family have been doubling down on Gabby by forcing her to do most of the house chores and forcing her to take care of his sick grandparents. They're completely shifting the blame on her, saying she should be grateful that they accepted a daughter of a thief into their family. But of course, Gabby doesn't want to back down easily. She's been giving Jake hell every day, demanding that he help her family by paying for the damages they caused to the wedding venue. Apparently, they're fighting every day, and things aren't looking too good between the two of them. They really are perfect for each other. Thank you for watching! If you enjoyed the video, press the like button. And everyone else, we'd love to hear your comments. Don't forget to subscribe too! Your support means so much to us. There are other satisfying videos, so take a look at the rest of our channel. See you at the next video!